with the point that you were making in closing, Lloyd Chapman of ASBL.com. That's the American Small Business League. Folks, I see citizens just shake in fear. Like I had the Border Patrol 100 miles into the U.S. come over and say, turn my camera off. And I said no to them. Everybody's amazed. I would just say, no, it's my First Amendment. And then I said, no, you're not going to violate, you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment and come on the bus. And then they backed off. The point is that we've gotten to this point where we have let criminals take over because we think of government as our master, not as our servant. And what did Thomas Jefferson say, to keep quoting him? When the government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. And I think that's a good place to leave it. Final comment on that subject, Lloyd Chapman.
You're an American hero, buddy. You're the new Thomas Jefferson. I love your show. You're one of the few people that's telling the truth. I wish that you were on national television 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People need to hear what you've got to say.
Well, as you know, my friend, I'm not a hero and you're not a hero. We're just trying to survive here and doing the best we can, ringing the alarm bell. But there's the prestige of being on national TV. But we reach over 10 million a week just on YouTube alone now.
Good.
And so there's that illusion that we're the alternative media. We are really the new media.
Well, let's just say this. People need to quit being afraid. Quit being afraid. These bozos work for you. Quit being afraid. Do something. Do something.
Lloyd, we got to do a full hour and take calls from small business owners in the near future. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on with us.
All right. Talk to you later, brother.
All right. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. I want to jam in some calls now. Don't forget, we're going to occupy the Federal Reserve, around their driveway on the road around it on public land there at Dallas, 6 o'clock this coming Friday. And it's up to you, the activists, to hit it and to stay there. And then as others come in, to rotate in and out, everybody spend a few days there, folks. Camp out there. Bring your sleeping bag. And then I'm going to go to other Federal Reserve locations, and if it sticks, I'm going to come back and stay there with you. And I'll definitely send reporters there as well. Just hard to do the nightly news and cover all this. That's why we have the RV now and the Skype and the computers. So here we go. 1340 AM KOMY in Santa Cruz listener. Maggie, you're our tail gunner in the official transmission. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex Jones. It's great to talk to you. A neighbor told me about your show, and ever since I've been listening to you. And the reason I'm calling is I saw you on the History Channel the other night. And you were kayaking with a small group of people who were attempting to enter the Bohemian Grove.
Yes.
And the reason I was calling is I was curious as to why, perhaps it wasn't done in the dark, or why the people that went up onto the property weren't wearing some kind of camouflage. It just seemed like they were...
Well, it's a 2,700-acre deal, and everybody always tries to go in at night or through the front, and there's mountains around it. So there's one entrance that I told them about, and then it's raining, and the kayaks are tumbling over with the cameras, and we had to go from a launch point 2 miles away, and then they didn't legally, once they got arrested, want to show all the footage. But I told people when I spoke at Santa Cruz, that had happened the day before, I've been at the Bohemian Grove, I had to jump off, the embankment into the water, get to the, I had to get in a kayak, I had to hide on the side of the road, there were cops everywhere. I mean, I had to literally Rambo it out of there. So I was the only one that didn't get arrested.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
This is a special alert from eFoods Direct. Silver just dumped to a 2-year low, and right now the stock market crashes and recrashes daily. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, companies fail, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the already too expensive food. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The all-time high cost of sugar is tripling. Those who tried to buy silver for security just lost a big piece of the food their silver might have bought before it Walmart crashed. So what are you going to do? Get as much food as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping to October 9th buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633, 24 hours. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Remember, you can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
All right, Maggie, listening to us in Central California in beautiful Santa Cruz, was asking why we didn't sneak in at night. Look, it's always easy to say, you know, you could have done this, could have done that. They got motion sensors. They got night vision. Oh, that was the thing. The kayak company wouldn't let us get on the kayaks. The kayak company, they rented a tour in the off-season while it was raining. They wouldn't let us do it unless we wore, quote, raincoats, because it was too cold, we can get hypothermia. The raincoats did not work. The water went through them. They were bright colors. And a lot of times you just deal with this ninnying bureaucracy. And so that's the reason we were wearing bright colors. But it didn't matter. Because what happened was they were at a local theater shooting interviews with myself and others. There was a lawyer there talking about how he did drum circles with George Herbert Walker Bush, stuff I'd already confirmed through others. And he was actually a guy, even though he's a lawyer, who volunteered to be a servant at the camp. And he said, oh, I had to call it in on you right now. I know you're going to the Grove. I heard him talking. I said, oh, no, we're not. And he said, yeah. He goes, I won't. And I knew full well. I told him, I said, that guy blew the whistle on us. And I said, they're going to be waiting. They're like, no, they're not. And I was like, okay, pal. That was that Decoded show. So does that, they already knew we were coming. But so what? You walk right into the trap to illustrate what's going on there. I certainly wasn't going to get caught by him. I got away. Does that answer your question, Maggie?
Yeah, well, I just thought what was strange was after they were arrested and then released, they seemed to be, the people that were arrested and then released seemed to then have an about face. They were saying, oh, well, it doesn't seem to be like there's
they seem to
really
be like U.S. pilots shot down by the North Koreans who suddenly say they love Kim Jong-il.
Like as if the condition of their release was that they would say that nothing was going on at Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, no, they did basically poop their pants over that whole deal. I don't want to get into, you work with somebody on a project, and they were even afraid to show my footage. So they did artist renderings of it. Just ridiculous. I don't want to get into bassing Meltzer. He's obviously whitewashing stuff, whatever. The fact that they have to cover it means we're winning. I appreciate your call. Great points. Let's talk to Ella in Wisconsin. Thanks for holding.
Hello?
Hi. Welcome.
Okay. I'm having, like, the worst problem of my entire life. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be dramatic, and I'm trying not to cry in front of my son, so give me a second to hide. CPS tried to take my kid today because he has a scar on his face. He has this issue where he's, like, hyper, so he jumps all over the place, whatever. It's not a big deal. But the day that, he just happened to hit, like, the pan that was in my hand, it had water in it, and it was hot, and it got in his face, so he's got a scar. This was, like, 3 weeks ago. Today I get a freaking phone call from CPS saying to me that they're going to take my child and, just for questioning or whatever, and just to take him out of custody for me. And I'm like, why? Because of the scar. And it's part of protocol. And I said, no, it's not part of protocol. First off, you're supposed to ask him with me present. I'm sorry, I'm trying to breathe. I'm kind of happy.
No, they are criminals. They are monsters. They are dangerous. They are evil. But look. I'll obviously have to continue into expanded overdrive with you. And we should have a database of this because there are the groups that help advise people how to defend themselves from the CPS. Number one, they'll try to trick you to sign forms. They'll threaten to take your kid unless you sign forms. But then when you sign the forms, you waive your rights. This is the thing. Your kid falls off a jungle gym. They shouldn't have, they say. Normal things. Kids burning themselves on the stove. Normal stuff is their excuse to try to break up the family and take your kid. Now, they have the doctor where you took your kid to the hospital, spying on you and reporting. My dad's a physician, but when I dislocated my shoulder, chicken fighting at a pool when I was like 10 years old, that's where you stand on somebody's shoulders and wrestle. My dad said, listen, they're going to ask you at the hospital what happened, and if you get this wrong, they're going to try to take you. And sure enough, they did when we got there. They don't care. But, ma'am, I understand you're really freaked out. I'm going to come back to you in overdrive and hear what you have to say. But number one, don't get panicked. That feeds the vampires. They want that job to extract the horror and the pain. Don't worry, they're cursed to hell. Child kidnappers are cursed to hell. Not just hell when they die, hell on earth. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this when we come back. We'll be right back. You're 5 times more likely to be abused in CPS custody than anywhere else. Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and T-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are the response to the globalist technocrats and their program of global eugenics, dehumanization, and ultimate extermination. The war is here. It's an info war. The spirit of 1776 versus the mindset of 1984.
For centuries, silver has been used as a powerful natural antibiotic, and as a listener to this station, you probably already know the benefits of using colloidal silver. With so many websites to choose from, finding a reputable, patriotic company with great products at affordable prices can be a difficult task. Introducing UtopiaSilver.com. UtopiaSilver.com carries the best, most effective, and most affordable colloidal silver and colloidal gold products in the industry. UtopiaSilver.com also carries products to fit your lifestyle, including weight loss, immune system defense, cleanses, herbs, joint and bone care, and much more. First-time customers using promo code GCN50 will receive 50% off all colloidal products. Visit us today at Utopia Silver, that's UTOPIA Silver, UtopiaSilver.com, or call 888-213-4338. That's 888-213-4338. UtopiaSilver.com, taking back America's healthcare one American at a time.
This is a special alert from eFoods Direct. Silver just dumped to a 2-year low, and right now the stock market crashes and recrashes daily. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, companies fail, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the already too expensive food. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The all-time high cost of sugar is tripling. Those who tried to buy silver for security just lost a big piece of the food their silver might have bought before it crashed. So what are you going to do? Get as much food as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping to October 9th buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633, 24 hours. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Remember, you can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Okay, Ellie is calling us. We're into extended overdrive because we've got to talk to her. The problem is whenever we start taking these calls, then countless people call, and I'm not a vampire, psychic vampire, so the sounds of anguish and pain and frustration is like pure torture. But if you go to a vampire event with I've been to a lot of these family courts when I used to really fight this here locally, back when I was just on local radio and on Access TV. And they have special cops assigned to it, special CPS, special judges. It's like little fat Nelly weirdos and little pot-bellied pedophile types, and always pretty much female judges with butch haircuts who usually have a whole string of kids they've taken from people themselves. Again, I'm going to say this, I don't even dislike gay people or hate them. It's that I've been to these events, and a lot of times it's the specialized homosexuals who are then collecting everybody's kids and that run this. So then it's like they're persecuting us, and I'm tired of it. I mean, I've